In this demonstration, we'll show you how to transact between multiple companies in Dynamics 365 Business Central. We'll begin by creating a purchase invoice in headquarters in our main parent company. Then, once that transaction has been created, we'll approve the transaction in our subsidiary company, and we'll call it Company 1. We'll post that in Company 1, and then we'll review the impact on the general ledger. So the first step is I'm going to go ahead and create the purchase invoice. And the scenario here is that your company receives an invoice from a vendor. In my case, I'm going to show you rent expense, but it could be an invoice that we get for some consulting services, whatever it might be, and we need to share those costs. So from the quick links and the quick actions area up in the top of the header, I can just select on the purchase invoice, and I'm going to go ahead and select Fabricam happens to be the company we pay rent for. So I'll go ahead and I can either type in rent or grab rent expense. I'll put an item quantity of 1, and the cost to us, we pay $2,000 in rent to Fabricam. Then on the second item, I'm going to go ahead and choose rent expense. The cost here, it's a subsidiary company, and we incur $1,250. But from the drop down, what I want to do is I'm going to select my intercompany reference type. In this case here, it's going to be a general ledger account. And then the partner code, which happens to be Company 1, or as I mentioned, our subsidiary company. So before I post this, what you can see is we're going to have a total cost or expense of $3,250, $2,000 of which will come off our books at the parent, $1,250 will be charged to Company 1 or the subsidiary. We'll post that, and then if you see I navigate to those transactions, again, you can see what's happening from a debit, credit, and some of the details on the ledger. Next, I need to approve the transaction. And I'm going to do that while logged into the subsidiary company in Company 1. So I'm logged into Company 1. It's a brand new company we set up. And you'll see right here in the intercompany box, I have a pending transaction that I need to approve. So I'll open that up and I can see here, here's the pending transaction, here's the post, I'll open up the details, and again, I can see that's coming off of my rent expense. So I'm okay with that, I understand it, so I'll accept that, and I'll close that out. And so that is this process of accepting it. Now I'll just post that. So I've approved it. Now I need to do the transaction itself. So I'll go ahead and search here in the search box. And I typed in Intercojo. So basically you can type in the full name, Intercompany General Journal, or you can type in portions of it. And here's that transaction that I've approved. It's come over into my batch. And I'll go ahead and post and approve it for rent expense. And then the last step in the subsidiary company is how is that impacting me on my general ledger? Well, if I scroll down, because I set up my favorite accounts right on the home page, I can drill into, and you can even see here in accounts payable, I've got a $1,250 charge to rent expense. And if I wanted to see again more of the details, the ledger entries right there, I can drill into it. So in this scenario, we wanted to show you or demonstrate how you can have a connected business and manage transactions between multiple companies in Business Central. The benefits, as you saw, were to help increase productivity with some simplified transactions and also minimize the errors within a single entry. And again, efficient transactions across subsidiary companies.